Look at the lines. That's taller than you. Sorry, I'm hearing that.
5'6" or something like that.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Good and want to work in care. Because we can get them cleaning the backyard, we can get them moving stuff, we can get them bringing out garbage, and we can take care of the technical end of things.
Okay.
So as long as they're a warm body that cares.
Why don't we come back through, grab everything off the wall on the way through?
And let's. I think that mechanical room is locked. So let's get a pump going.
So I put a blast out on Twitter. Anybody who's got gas, batteries, or flashlights to give me a call. What do you think of the way that the community has kind of come together during this crisis?
I'm a born and raised Calgarian, and I know watching all the flooding going on, it hurt. Like, it was saddening. But then I know as Calgarians, people are hardworking, and we come together, and like hell or high water, everybody will get together and make it happen.
Good deal.
Friends and family, everybody comes together, and the community.
Right.
Right?
Oh yeah. Hey, they're in decent shape, huh? So Patty, can you describe some of the damage and the loss that was experienced in the basement?
When we came in here last Sunday, our entire basement had been flooded and we sustained incredible loss. The largest loss was our electrical system. It was completely underwater, and all this week it needed to be completely rebuilt, and we've been so fortunate that a group of instructors from the state who all teach electrician students came in and spent about 120 hours of their time together to do a rebuild like they had never done before, and they got research and consultation throughout the city. We had all of our client files right back to 1986 destroyed at the Children's Cottage. We have to retain those for 100 years. You should have seen the bucket brigade of people that helped get all of that out of the basement, and then we stored it until we could actually come up with a solution. And the amazing solution came through the Calgary Police Service when they came yesterday and took all of that away into a secure place to dry until it can be destroyed. The volunteers that were here on Sunday will remember the room that was full of diapers and what happens to diapers in a flood. So that was one of the things that was quite incredible, to see the bucket brigade of diapers that were now 100-pound diapers coming up the stairs, and so very many of them. We lost our boiler system, we lost our hot water heaters, we lost everything that's sort of the guts of what can make a building run. And so the whole week has been, first of all, towards getting the basement, everything gutted so that we could be at a point of making sure mold wouldn't go permeate the house. And then the next thing was about getting it dry. And we're in the drying phase still today with dehumidifiers everywhere. And everybody's probably heard me say a million times now that when JH Innovations came rolling down the street at 12:30 on Sunday afternoon, and I was looking at this building and had no idea about what we were going to do, and Jason came like the military convoy down the street. It was quite an amazing time. So we were really fortunate that we got after everything so very, very quickly, and then the cavalry of volunteers started to come. And so I think we've probably had 200, 300 volunteers coming here throughout the week. People have come back day after day, and I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see a community coming together because they really want to see safe kids and healthy families happen again. So as we're talking right now, the final piece of the puzzle, boilers for hot water, are just arriving behind my back, and that'll be set up. And so on Friday afternoon, Sal started Sunday afternoon for us. Friday afternoon, we'll be able to give the kids the call to come home. And our job will be to make sure that we restore our basement and can get back to what we really do best at the Children's Cottage.
The people who aren't able to come down and help out people who might be still inundated with the flood situation in their own lives, I hear over and over in the community people who still want to reach out and to help. What kind of donations and supplies will the Children's Cottage need in order to get back to life as normal?
Well, I sure appreciate how people in Calgary have been really overwhelmed with what has happened. So first and foremost, before you do anything, help your neighbors if they're in any issues. We've been very lucky here at the Crisis Nursery that we've had support of food and people power and people bringing us gloves and moral support all the way along. So that's the first thing to do. We have a lot of expenses that we've already put out, and cash flow can be very concerning. Donations and to make our rebuild all possible and to help pay for some of what's already occurred here. And so we have a website, www.childrenscottage.ab.ca, and you can make a donation, and you put it, if you want, you can put it right to the flood repair, or every year we're fundraising about $1 million for our organization, and so we can't forget that when we're in this troubled time, that we can't have all our donations come to flood. We have to make sure that we can keep our doors open and appreciate any support anybody ever does. It's always been the community as well as government and the city and donors coming together with volunteers and our staff to keep our doors open. Ever since we opened our doors in 1986, it's been a community coming together to do good things for vulnerable kids in Calgary, and we know that even during troublous time like this, people will continue to make sure that the kids in Calgary are safe.
Approximately how many kids a year does the center accommodate?
So the Children's Cottage Crisis Nursery that we're here today, 1,200 children annually come through our doors, and those children are all coming here during a time of crisis when their parents have no one else to turn to. We also are able to help children that Children's Services are able to send our way, mostly babies. The youngest evacuee that we had was 1 week old. All of those kids will come here for a period of time until they can be back with family or foster parents who can help them until their families can bring them back home. I just am overwhelmed with gratitude.